Dino Charge.
This is Jack Guzman. I play Danny Delgado as the Black Ranger on Wild Ford.
Hey, it's Mike Chen. This is the Gold Power Ranger from Power Rangers RPM.
And this is Steve Cardenas, a.k.a. Rocky the Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
My name is Peter Sudarso. I play Preston, the Blue Ninja Steel Ranger, and Marvin, the Red Hyperforce Ranger.
Hey guys, this is Tracy Lynn Cruz.
Do you like dancing and do you like Power Rangers? Well, make sure to come to Morphicon 2018 to the Angel Grove High School Prom. I'll see you there.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at the Angel Grove High School Prom Party hosted by that hashtag show. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. Come out and have some fun. Peace.
Come join me at the Angel Grove Prom at PMC 2018. I've never been to a prom because in New Zealand we don't have proms. So join me. It's going to be my first. Crown me, prom king. No, okay, don't do that.
And I need you guys to make sure you join me at the Angel Grove Senior Prom at Power Morphicon this year.
And I want to see you at the hashtag show's Angel Grove Prom at Power Morphicon.
I want to welcome you to the Power Morphicon Angel Grove High School Prom. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. It's going to be fabulous. Dress up, and we'll see you then.
Yo!
Hello! What?
Hey guys.
Yo.
Hi guys.
Welcome
to Henshin Hangout. We're back. All of us. How are you feeling?
Good. We're gonna teach them the thing. We gotta teach them the.
You've been here for a minute.
I've been behind a bit, and I barely got what was going on with this. So show me.
So pretty much when we open it up now, we kind of like go through it and we say, "Hey guys, welcome back to Henshin Hangout. Henshin Hangout."
Nice.
Yes.
You know, get the energy going.
Yeah.
And if people do it at home when they watch as well, I believe.
Yes.
You guys got that? Because I got that right now. Do one more time.
Wherever it goes. So everybody, welcome back to another episode of Henshin Hangout. Henshin Hangout.
My time is all off. Don't worry. I'll make it work.
Well, you'll get there. It'll take some time, but you'll get there.
It took Jezzer 3 weeks, but he finally got it though. Good job, Jezzer.
No, I had to have you slow it down. So you're good. So you guys, welcome to the show. It's nice to have both the Henshin Bros back, the J Squad here. Just missing Paula, but we're gonna bring you some awesome Kamen Rider and Lupat stuff. Yeah.
Lupat.
But first off, let's take care of some housekeeping things.
Of course.
Johnny, tell us about THS Hashtaggers.
Oh, the THS Hashtaggers is awesome. It's our Facebook group. It's a place where you can go to keep the conversation going after the show ends. So you can go in there and keep talking about Lupat. You can go in there and talk about Build and how crazy it's getting. You can also talk about Angel Grove Prom. You can talk about all the cool events that we have coming up, as well as post articles, read articles. It's a great place to go in there and make friends. So check it out. It's really cool. It's on our Facebook page. Again, it's THS Hashtaggers.
Justin.
Yo.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Super Chat button?
What? You mean
Super Chat?
Where is it?
The Super Chat button.
Where's it right now?
No, it's
here?
The one in the chat where you guys right here.
Is it my heart?
Yeah, it's right there. That S button.
The ass button?
Never mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Explain it.
The Super Chat button helps support the show. We take... Oh, there's a perfect example, right? Toku just Super Chatted $2.99.
I appreciate that, because I stumbled that real bad.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
He says, sup, y'all, Henshin Hangout. As you guys know, Saturday shows get really busy. The chat just flows super fast. Sometimes you guys really want your comment to be highlighted. Hit that Super Chat button. It helps support the show. Everything that we get, we give back to you. So it helps improve the show. So Toku just demonstrated how that works. You just hit that S button, you pick an amount, and then you type in a little comment. It highlights it, keeps it there for a certain amount of time. So like the bigger your super chat is, the longer it stays highlighted. So if there's something that you really want us to read, hit that super chat button. It really helps. Also, we got the TeePublic store. Now the TeePublic store is our store on TeePublic where they got a really amazing shirts, and not just shirts, but designs that you can put on shirts. You could put on wall art. You could put on phone cases, laptop cases, baby onesies, tank tops. You know, tank tops for the gym. You know, you gotta get into that summer body build. So you know, you get the tank tops. So we got there's a sale going on. Oh, Daniel got the Deadpool shirt on right now. I'm in the back. So yeah, there's a sale going on. Takes 6.
Yep, and producer Josh is wearing the baby onesie right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of awkward. He's really pale, but hey, it works.
I feel like you're rocking it, so I mean, like, keep it up. Yeah.
Wrong button.
Do you, boo? Do you?
But yeah, so if you guys want, just check out that link. The link's in the bio. You guys can check out the store. I think it's $6 off. So you can get your shirts for $14.
Oh,
which is
$14,
awesome.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, there's some really cool shirts there. Really cool shirts.
We can't give $14 nowadays. Not much. You better get that shirt.
You guys want to get right into it? As always, me and Johnny always start off with Kamen Rider build.
Yeah,
because it's so it's so good.
It's so just like deep and so dark and everything like that. And there's like so many layers happening, everything like that. It's the place we gotta start. So Jay, what do you think of build this week?
This week, really cool stuff.
Yes.
Really, 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 really cool stuff. And the thing that I was really excited about from the cliffhanger of last week is the reveal that we lost Sento.
Yes, lost for now. I'm sure we're going to get him back.
Sure, we're going to get him back. But we instead are talking to, probably in the first time really in the show, Katsuragi.
Katsuragi.
No, and this is the thing I was telling Jezzer last week, is that, like, we've always heard about Katsuragi in passing.
Devil scientist.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got that. He's got a rep.
Yeah.
And so this is what was interesting to me about this week's episode, is the idea, like, we're gonna finally meet him. We're gonna finally talk to him. And he do a really cool thing in the show to signify how we talk to him.
Hold on, I got a little clip on that.
Really
Hold
cool.
on.
Yeah.
Let me see.
But yeah, it was. Do you have it right?
Yeah, I got a clip.
Okay, so the really cool thing to do here is that instead of just simply, because the Sento's actor's doing a very good job of playing this up. He's doing it in a very different way.
Yeah.
She's definitely doing it. Then they do this cut.
Like, just going.
Smooth as butter.
Dude.
And that's the actor who plays Katsuragi in the show. And so that means he gets to act in this scene, which kind of hits it, to me, it hits it harder.
It does. It does.
About his thoughts on the situation. Why do you think it works?
Because, like, the cool thing about this is those that, like I was telling Jezzer like earlier, is that we actually get to find out that he's not just like this like standard villain. He actually has some backstory to him. Like, everything he was doing, he wasn't just doing it like for malicious reasons. He thought it would actually save lives.
Yeah.
He was making the build system to, like, to create his own hero. Like, in a way, it kind of reminded of like World War II when they were making Captain America.
Yeah.
It was like he was doing all this, but he was just going to extremes because he just kind of like realized that we don't have much time. I have to experiment with these people because I have to do this for the greater good. So in a way, he saw himself as the hero, not as a villain.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, when he's talking about this, he's talking about what he sacrificed and what he did to do this, it just hits you that much harder. It's like, oh my gosh. And also, I got to give a lot of props though, because again, like, the actor who's playing him, we've only seen him in flashbacks. And so those flashbacks are kind of cheesy, standing there with the lab coat. He's like, look at me, I made a monster. But over here, he's just like,
Spot on.
He's like,
Great. That's a great impression. Great.
Scene. But here, he's like straight up emoting. He's like shouting. He's showing this emotion, and it's like, dude, he's really like selling this, how much pain he's actually in, how much pain he was over what he actually did. Like, he shows actual remorse. He wasn't killing these people, experimenting on them, like, and drawing pleasure from it. He was doing it because he thought this would actually save more lives.
He was doing this, so he was preparing for Evolt, really.
Right.
He was making the whole rider system to match up with Evolt. He didn't know that. I mean, he kind of knew that they wanted to use it for war or for, but I mean, what can one person do? So I don't really see him as a villain at all.
There's a key line he says where it's like, he made a deal with the devil.
Yes.
And to accomplish his goals. And that's kind of obviously where the devil scientist term came from. Is that, like, it's not so much that I'm the devil, but he felt like he had to use the devil
to get to it.
To get to his accomplished goals.
And
I think that makes him fascinating and very flawed in an interesting way. And you're right. I don't think he's the bad guy.
Not at all.
I was gonna say what's cool about it too is because, like, about a few weeks ago, as we started talking about this, and we talked about how it's like an allegory for war in a way. And what really cool about this is that, like, and shout out to Paula for bringing up that whole point and everything like that, was that she kind of brought up the thing is that, like, Japan's a war-touched country. So it's always part of the culture. It's always part of what's happening there. And so if you think about war in, like, the grand scheme of things, like, it's really crazy. It's like, you're out there as a soldier, you're on the battlefield, you're killing people. But you're killing people to protect people. And that's exactly in a way what he was doing. He thought he was killing people to protect the greater good in a way. And so it's just it kind of like it was placed in your mind, and I agree with you guys that it's really hard to see him as a villain after that. Like, yeah, he did these wrong things, at the same time, though, the reasons why he was doing it, you kind of understand where he's coming from. His methods, of course, were wrong and flawed and evil, but you understand why he tried to do what he did.
Yeah. Another really cool scene that we got from the beginning of this episode is, I think that Banjo is still connected to evil.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he was saying how this was his final form, and Banjo got like a flashback or something. Yeah, like as if from the eyes of evil. So there's something. I don't know. I think this is definitely going to play into towards the end that Banjo might be the key to like maybe slowing him down a little bit.
I agree with you. It was
100%.
cool because it was interesting too, though, because I think Banjo's actually gotten stronger. Yeah. Because we saw that last week when we were talking about how he raised his own hazard level without being connected to Evolt at all and everything like that. And now this week he's able to access those memories. In a way, him separating from Evolt has kind of like opened up this like these floodgates of his own potential now. And now everything he's doing is kind of like Banjo's like meeting his full potential, which is really cool.
No, totally agree. That's the other thing too I love about. Also, like in terms of Banjo's character development, is the idea that Banjo's like, he started from starting the show to now. He started from the guy who's like, I just got to save my own skin and get revenge on the people who killed my girl and to prove I'm innocent, to the Banjo we got now, who's so saddened that the person he's considered his friend can't even look at him the same way.
Yeah,
and that's a really cool arc for him, so all this emotional stuff and this extra stuff that could be very helpful in the final battle Evolt later makes Banjo like really interesting right now in the show. I'm really digging that.
No, I agree. And what's crazy is like thinking about it, over the span of the show, we're just at, wasn't the episode like 39 now?
Yeah, 38.
38. It's crazy is that like we have so many character arcs that are building up right now. We had Sento's character arc as he was like growing over the show. He had to figure out what it meant to be a hero, what it meant to fight for other people, what it meant to deal with his own guild because he was a devil scientist, everything like that. And then you have Banjo, his growth that you just explained right now. And also you have Crocodile's growth, where he was kind of doing the same things as the devil scientist. He was making all these moves and ultimately to save the country and doing like all these malicious things, but again, it was all for the greater good. So it's crazy how we see like all these different character arcs all contained in one show. Like it's amazing. Like I gotta give credit to like Build is just such good, smart writing.
Oh yeah, the stuff with Gentoku is, like you said, is really good. Like the starting off point, and knowing that like he was a little affected by a little light from a box, that was part of his motivation in the beginning. But to realize that like he's finding himself in this newer world, and that's super interesting. So his face turn basically is working on me.
I guess the only flaw that I would say in the show, and just to hold him accountable,
of course, sure.
That dang reporter.
Oh my god! I have nothing against
Sawa.
the character. I feel bad.
Although it's like I'm being critical, you have nothing against her. She's hot.
I mean that is actually the spectrum there, right? It's like that's her the triangle.
We all can't be on the same page.
I mean, in a way, I see she's hot. I have no problems with her, but there's a problem with her in terms of her use in the show.
Yes.
They kind of, it's like all these arcs of all these characters, Banjo.
Underutilized.
Yeah.
Very greatly so.
And that's the thing, it's like, I was kind of like, it's like they give her stuff that sounds like that's going to be used later. Like Sawa is like, she's part of Namba industry. She's a Namba child, soldier, and she's betraying her idea, what she was brought up to help them. And then after that, she's hanging out with Misora. Doing
nothing. Doing absolutely nothing.
And
eating ramen.
Reacting to weird things that's happening to her.
And then she pops in at the most random times. It's like, oh my god, someone just died. Oh no, their body just switched. She's walking. Hey guys, how's it? Oh no! It's like every single time she's introduced the same way. And then brings up the question like, where are you going? We're in the middle of the war right now. Is your apartment still there? Are you hanging out at Bed Bath & Beyond? Like, where are you going every episode?
Oh, we got a super chat from Toku Kid. Think about the gear Katsuragi has planned since he's back with all of his memories. He can make them all for real for the other writers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, we have full access to his whole mind, so that's pretty awesome. I think that's gonna be pretty cool.
And hopefully so, we can finally get the upgrade that we've been wanting for Greece, because Greece is long due for an upgrade.
Yeah, it's funny. Everyone gets like multiple modes, and there's the thing that some writer fans are kind of fearing that like if is that if Grace doesn't get another upgrade, it's a mild sign you might be forgetting him as a character. And I feel like that's...
he didn't want to participate in this one.
I do like that.
He didn't want to participate.
Yeah.
Like he didn't. I mean, there's only so much that one person can forgive. I mean, he already forgive Gentoku. But this is the Namba Corps, the Namba Corporation. So like
every reason
he has every reason to hate them. They are the reason that his friends are dead.
Exactly. His village was in danger before. They took captive people in his village and everything to blackmail him.
So I don't think that they're forgetting about him. I think that he's just pushed aside a little bit.
And I agree. I don't think they're forgetting about him either. But also, hey, you know, he deserves some sort of second form, right? Like,
no, he totally does.
Hey,
because
listen,
he's got some great, cool character moments himself. We've talked about this before. Like I still love that moment with the village because any other time you would have seen this, like if they kidnapped your family and friends from your village, it's like, okay, we're going to go down there, we're going to do the trade, but it's going to be a fake trade. We're going to switch out and blah blah, be hero time. Or okay, I have to give this up. I'm sorry, guys, I got to turn against the team, and the team will come in and rescue me at the last minute, like all work out. But he was just like, no. I can't do this. This is for the greater good. I have to sacrifice the people I love to protect this country. And the people in the village are like, no, he'll never come because he knows what's more important.
Yes, that was a great episode.
If he did come, we wouldn't have loved him. We would have become the same. It was like, gosh damn. And then again, like go play this off again. When you think about it, this is low-key the common theme of the season because the Devil Scientist is doing the exact same thing, and then Crocodile is doing the exact same thing. They're sacrificing people and small individual people for what they believe is the greater good.
Do you like our nicknames?
What's that?
Crocodile is
Gentoku.
He used to be Rogue.
Yeah.
He used to be Rogue, and I used to love when he was Rogue.
That's
well,
Crocodile.
we get Rogue in this.
Well, we'll talk about Rogue.
But there is one benefit.
I mean, he's still Kamen Rider Rogue, but I know Crocodile. Anyway.
So we might get more of Grease now because we lost a few characters in this episode. Oh my gosh.
Thankfully so. Like here's the thing. I'm sorry. The Gear Brothers were annoying. They were just so freaking annoying. Like every episode, just showing them, we're going to fight you again. Like you guys consistently take L's.
Look at this.
Why are you showing up for this?
Oh my god.
This is kind of. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That has been one of my big annoyances with the show recently. Is I got tired of the Gear Brothers.
Yeah,
the Gear Bros.
The same time, and it's very repetitive. The fights get very boring.
Yeah, showing up rocking those scars from 2010, thinking it's hot. It's like, nah, bro.
Well, this is actually a problem. This is actually a modern Kamen Rider problem in the show's history recently. It's kind of started with the show Drive, in which they had a character called Chaser, and he was like the bad guy. And like, you know, at first he comes off as like the cool like lieutenant one that he has to fight. You know, your Goldar types.
Exactly, yeah.
But the problem is, all of a sudden, like this is in the beginning of the show Drive, where it felt like the first 8 episodes, it felt like the only guy Kamen Rider Drive fought was Chaser. And all of a sudden, like 4 in, and I'm like,
another super chat.
Can there be anyone else he can fight? Oh, what do we got?
Grease upgrade or the Hot Wings gonna get you. Oh yeah, so we made we have a little
Toku. Oh Jesus!
We have a little bet.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. So the bet is a hot wing challenge. So the thing about it is, we're going to do this thing where we're going to get these hot wings, and we're going to start from the left to the right and then get progressively hotter, hotter.
Oh, like hot stuff.
Yeah. And so the thing about it is that the bet is my bet is that I believe Grease will get an upgrade because he's so awesome. He's not my favorite character.
Yeah, sure.
Whereas Jezzer hates on his awesomeness.
No. I just think that it's too late.
Shame on you, Jezzer. Shame on you.
Now he can elaborate. It's too late in the season for him to get an upgrade. For him to get an upgrade.
You think it's too late for Grease to get an upgrade?
Grease to get an upgrade.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they're focusing so much on Sento and the scientist and Banjo, to have their arcs. I don't know.
I mean, even Rogue got an upgrade at this point.
Yeah,
I was so angry when I saw that. I was like, for reals, Rogue? It looks cool, but really, Rogue?
Are you counting Kamen Rider Rogue as the upgrade from Night Rogue?
A little bit, yeah.
I can see that.
Because it's the same costume, just like different color scheme.
Yeah.
And it looks legit. Because I always like the Rogue costume. And now I see it in white, I'm like, it still looks nice.
What's the name of the guy, the right-hand man of the Namba dude?
Utsumatsu?
Utsumatsu. What was your guys' reaction when he was going to get a driver or a belt?
First off, I loved that he went ham on just saying, yep, screw this. Yeah. I'm joining you, dude. I love that he went all in and he just went, yeah, I'm in. Screw it.
What did you think was actually going to happen?
I think this is what's so kind of funny about the scenario. The scene where he makes the big, when the Evolt gives him the deal, and it cuts to Utsimasa, I'm saying his name, they're probably wrong now, but like it cuts to all these shots of him like thinking back on his past with Namba Industries, and it's all just like oh, look at this like history he has with this guy that we assume, I guess, is like a father figure to him, until we realize like, nah, this sucked.
Yeah.
This sucked, so screw this guy. I'll join you, and at the end of it, he becomes a Kamen artist.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
which is crazy. I'm like, another one? I was like, cool, but I
well,
was
they
like,
got rid of two. They got rid of two.
Well, no, the Gear Brothers were Kamen writers, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
there
I
were
mean,
weird smashes.
Yeah.
As Toku taught us a couple weeks ago in the studio, Toku said, no belt, not a writer.
No belt, not a writer.
not
That's
a
true.
writer.
And here's the thing.
How about this scene, though? How about the scene where he sacrifices himself for Banjo? What do you think that's about? Do you think that like it made sense?
I think, well, it barely makes sense. It barely makes sense. But I like it mostly because at the end of the day, I'm a big fan of I love the idea of a hero, of a bad guy doing a mildly good thing, realizing, dang, I feel
we fucked it.
I should have been doing that the whole time. I've always liked that type of stuff. It doesn't quite make sense for me, but I still was into it.
I will say this: I like Evolve's attack. The way they destroy, disintegrate, everything like that, it looks like a rinse and shuriken and everything like that for Naruto fans, which is super dope for me. The whole sacrifice aspect of it, I did find like, wait, really, you sacrifice yourself? But at the same time, I hate you, so ha deuces. Do what you gotta do.
How about the
do what you gotta do?
The death
Not everybody's gonna make it.
How about the death of Namba?
That was a dope death scene.
Yeah,
that was a dope death scene.
I was expecting it. I was expecting something to happen, but I didn't know how he was going to do it. Honestly, I thought when he brought him closer, I thought he was going to stab him or something, or do something like that. But he did some weird thing, like kind of how he did with it. Yeah,
which made sense when I saw it, because I was kind of like, oh, this is still like considered to be a kid's show, but at the same time as I was watching, it was like, wait, is this a kid's show?
Yeah.
It was just so bad, and I love the way he did. We like embraced him. It was like, haha, this is why I like you humans, and I'm going to keep you guys around. And all of a sudden, I was like, holy shit. It was like, bro, it's not fucking around.
Well, also, I loved that Namba at his dying breath
turns into like a fucking coward.
He's a little coward.
He always has been, though.
And that's what's great.
He always has been.
He's like happy, like, oh, you're gonna spare me.
See, please, I'll give you money. I'll do. And he's like, screw you, dude. You like turned all these children into soldiers who are willing to die for you, and your reaction is, take it all. I just want to live. And went, oh, I'm glad you got dusted. Literally.
I mean,
it looks like he don't feel so good.
And we also, if we think about it, it's hold on. But it's also, if you think about it too, it's like, think about what he created though. Even the Namba Corp soldiers he created, the Gear Brothers were useless, consistently taking L's. He made an imbecile assistant who turned on him the first chance he got and became a Kamen writer. And then at the same time, he created a useless reporter who's now holding us back. And so think about it, like Namba Corp, what good did you actually do?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's a wash.
Yeah, I kind of feel like with the Namba Corp, they kind of got too caught up with the Namba Corp concept, and it got to the point where I'm like, I kind of miss Faust. I kind of just miss the simplicity of Faust. I mean, they're Shocker. As a Kamen Rider fan, they're just another name for Shocker. But I kind of miss them.
And we got an explanation on, like, we were saying, oh, if Sento, he's not taking over Sento's body, like, what body is he taking over? And now he's just an entity.
He's like, now he's got both halves together, he's himself.
Yeah.
And now he just shape changed everything, which is cool.
Are you talking about Mitsurugi's body?
Huh?
Mitsurugi's body? Like, you're talking about Evolt?
Because remember, Evolt took over Sento's body.
Yeah, and now he's just likes the form of Itsurugi.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But now he can do that because both halves came back together, so now he's complete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think I'm glad he's back and he's decided to take Itsurugi's form, because that means I actually like that actor.
Yeah.
When he plays Evolt, he's got a lot of charm to him, so I kind of prefer that over.
I agree totally.
I agree. I prefer that over the suit doing a lot of the work, which it's good work. But yeah, like he's a good actor, and I like when he shows up on.
No, he's charming. He's got a great stage presence, everything like that. And honestly, I'm looking forward. Well, I'm hoping for the end of the season that he becomes good again, and we see him get back with Niton and everything like that. So hopefully that works out.
Well, I mean, the really Tsurugi's knocked out. So
in the coma.
He's in the coma.
So like,
but hopefully, like he lives through it.
I agree.
I think he's gonna have a big part in the
finale.
Yeah.
It's much like Katsuragi. We actually never met the really Tsurugi.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like, is he anything like the version that Evolt became? Is he the kind of nice, fun child guy, or is he someone else completely different? I don't know.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, all these people that Evolt has taken over, what if they all have a connection to him now? Like how Banjo has a connection to him.
Did you hear that?
Good job, Jezzer.
Did you hear that? Like unanimous agreement.
Yeah. Like they all have a like they all have a part of Evolt that they can use to stop him.
Yeah, and that would be brilliant writing too. Because the dope thing about it is that that means when you have the final battle, Sento has a piece of it he can put together, Banjo has a piece of it he can put together, and then Mitan's dad can show up and he has a piece he can put together, which gives them all the purpose of playing the final battle, and it also makes that whole thing of them being merged with Evolt not just a useless thing to happen. It actually makes it more purposeful as well.
And then with Evolt being able to like change into whoever he wants. What if the ending we can have Sento and we can have Katsuragi?
Katsuragi, yeah.
2 different people, separate, like have them separate.
That'd be dope. Well, actually, I would push you even further. We'll even get 3. We'll even get Sento. We get Katsuragi, and remember the rock band dude whose body took over?
Yeah.
That dude. We'll get all separated and help him get his body back too.
Yeah.
Because he also kind of died.
I'll be fine with him being dead.
Oh, Jezzer! He had a music career. He was a Japanese version of Bill from Bill and Ted. He was going to save the universe. Wild Stallion.
He couldn't even find the right hair product to keep that fucking hair down.
Let me point something why.
You know, like Grease, you know, everybody who has hair product. Good Lord, Jezzer. I'm noticing a theme with you.
He's like Grease, either in hair or a character name.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I will find interesting if they bring the guy who's Sento's got his face from back too, as 3 guys. That's an interesting angle. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
But what's kind of cool is that for me, what that will mean is that Sento, who is an entity unto himself, like you're suggesting, with Katsuragi on one side, the other guy on the other side, Sento will actually be his own person.
And what could be cool is that maybe we'll take over Evolt's body, take it from him.
Yeah, maybe. Sure. No. That'd be cool. That'd be neat. All right.
So all in all, what'd you guys think of the episode?
Very good. Very good. And I feel like we're just, again, it's like, I always say this, I think I've been saying this about Build since the first episode I've watched and talked about it on one form or another for here, is that it seems like it's always interesting, and it seems like it's always gearing up for something bigger.
Yeah.
And I always feel like the show just is like, I always feel like, yeah, like I'm looking forward to when the show's done. Then when I look at the whole thing and go like, wow.
No, it was great.
And just see how it's all connected, etc.
I have to say I agree, because the cool thing about this was I remember when I came onto the show and I got that message from JD. It was like, hey, you're going to be on Henshin Hangout. Watch 20 episodes in one night. Son of a bitch. Damn you, JD.
1 second. We have another super chat, last super chat from Toku. Later, got to go see you at Summerfest next week and loved the Evolt. Was so amused by the humans and writers that he's like, screw it, I'm see what happens.
Oh, I did like that too. Where Evolt, yeah, that's cool, Toku Kid. Where that Evolt was like, you guys like are so entertaining. I'm not even gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Keep the planet. Stick around.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the episode. I can't wait to see what happens next. Because honestly, they're not dropping too many hints.
No.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, because like after I watched those 20 episodes all in one shot. Yeah. It was awesome. Like the cool thing about it is I was thoroughly entertained. I was like, damn, this keeps getting better and better and better and better. Well. Like it just keeps like revving everything up. The action, the intensity, the drama keeps revving up. So we get to the point now where it's like every week that we watch it, I'm just like, I have no idea what's going to happen. And I'm always thoroughly surprised. And every time, like again, like this whole body switch thing, this could have been done very cheesy, like Three's Comedy style. Or something from the
no, but it's great. Just using the what's the name, Gentaku, as like just walking right behind him and just changing the face.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And it's done so well.
And just using cuts, just different angles to point out different. It's amazing. It's very cool.
It's so purposeful. And what's cool is every villain that we thought was like a villain, like you're a bad guy. Yeah, we're not going to like you. Later on, it's like, oh wait, you actually okay? Oh damn.
Yeah.
You're kind of cool.
Yeah, we kind of anticipated that too. It's like they're not so bad.
Yeah. Well, the Devil's Scientist, I never thought we'd get him back, and now we got him back. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah. That's a unique idea that they can explore.
So props to the show.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think about Rogue's new costume though? The assistant when he's in the all white rogue suit.
It was pretty much a repaint, right?
Exactly.
Except for the helmet.
The helmet's a little different.
The body is a repaint.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah. I like Banjo's new costume better.
Oh, we got the little like axis and everything like
yeah.
Same costume, different paint job.
Yeah, I like that. That's one of my favorite ones.
It's kind of crazy when he goes to Magna form. I actually get a little bit sad because I like the Z dragon.
Yeah, I did like the Magna a little bit, but the new one I like. And then they just came out like I think at the end of this year they're gonna have the figure for it.
Oh,
it looks amazing. It looks so cool. It looks great. And that toy that you brought in, that little.
The toy. Next time.
He brought in a Rabbit Tank. and the figure it separates.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really intricate.
That's dope.
And this is a kid's toy, not like the really expensive.
And it's really hard to take apart.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
It was really, I have to buy another form so
you can connect.
Yeah, you can.
Let's go, Little Tokyo.
Road trip.
And the thing that me and Daniel figured out yesterday is like, the rabbit it's a fucking rabbit profile.
Yeah.
On my face. I didn't really. I thought it was a rabbit here.
No,
I thought it was the only one.
It's so dope.
So you guys want to jump into Lupin?
Let's go Lupin.
Oh my god.
Let's go Lupin.
This is another Umika centered episode.
Yeah.
Like she gets so many episodes.
Now I'm hearing a little on your side. What's going on here?
You don't like it?
I'm gonna steal somebody's catchphrase.
What?
All right.
I'm gonna steal this from Joe.
Okay.
This show was shit.
It was shit. You don't
I'm
like
sorry.
Not like it?
Here's the thing. I love Lupat. I love it so much. I enjoy everybody on this thing.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel. I'll take it back. It wasn't shit.
They need to ramp it up.
No, but I feel like this episode they dropped a lot of balls and it left like a lot of things on the table that they could have done better with.
Yeah. Pretty much Red and Blue, Lupin, Red and Blue, Kairi, and what's Blue's name? Tome.
Yeah. Toma.
They didn't even fucking use them at all.
No.
I'm gonna be the weird one. I loved it.
You loved it? Did you?
I loved it.
This was,
I think it might be one of my favorite apps.
This was probably my favorite scene. Is the whole thing? Oh, where is it? The whole thing in the restaurant at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Where we don't. It doesn't seem like Lupin Red or Kichiro knows anything. He's a moron.
Yeah.
Where's the clip at? Hold on, let me find the clip.
Oh, well, you look for the clip. I can recount it. So it's this really cool thing where this girl has this huge crush on, right?
Yeah.
But Powder Red has no idea that this girl has a crush on him. Yeah. Like she talks to him, she cracks jokes, she's always smiling at him, and it's this really awkward thing that this guy doesn't realize that this girl has a crush on him.
Yeah.
I've never seen this in real life before.
Really?
Like where a guy has been so oblivious to a girl having a crush on him.
Yeah.
Like she's like surely sending these signals out. He's being totally ignorant to it. I've never seen anything like for Dan. Have you ever seen anything like that before? Where a girl's crushing on a guy, he's been totally oblivious to it the whole time.
Yeah, that's weird. Funny enough, I've seen that before.
Really? Okay, but we'll talk about the end of the show though. But yeah, so that's all it begins. Oh, you got the clip up.
I got the clip. Yeah, let's see it.
This is
She's cute too.
This is Keiichiro, and the character's Mana.
Mana.
And yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's like I'm kind of cracking up the episode because it's one of those things where it's like Umika is clearly one of those people who really loved reading like romance mangas.
Yeah.
And so that's why I kind of find it funny that she's just sort of so way too invested in this because she's seeing a romance manga right in front of her.
And she's like kind of integrated herself with in that small group of the Pata Rangers.
Low-key, though, she is getting the closest to them.
Yeah.
This is what's interesting about it. It fits. It makes sense to me because he's the cook.
Yep.
So he's got to know, and for every reason why she is, and it makes all the sense why they are not. Tome's the cook. He's always in the back, and he's always, for rightful reasons, I'm not trusting the cops.
Of course.
Obviously, Kairi is barely working at the restaurant.
Yep.
Because he's always
he's an asshole.
Yeah, and he's always off doing his own thing. But since he's gotten more interaction than Tome with them, he gets a little bit of an idea that they're not just cops who are etc. He's getting a small idea of who they are as people.
Exactly.
But Umika
has a connection with all three.
Add that to it is that also with the Red Lupin Ranger, he has more connection with the Red Potter Ranger.
It's
almost leader to leader. It's almost like mutual respect type deal.
Oh yeah.
Where you have to protect your team, I have to protect my team. We're both like in charge of this and everything like that. It's also like they have that connection going on too.
Oh no, exactly. And then, but Umika makes sense. One. She's the best. She's the only waitress who actually gives a damn about the job.
Yeah.
So she's all like, and that's the thing. Like most,
which implies to us that she must be only living on tips. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the fact that. That's right. They don't tip in Japan,
or
she's impoverished.
Yeah. But either way, like she's a waitress, meaning that like she's the one who's like the most personable, but also like because of that, like. That means she's the one who seems to have she's the one who can talk to them regularly in the most regular fashion. And already we're establishing she's kind of friendly with Tsukasa already.
Yeah, after the field trip into the carnival and everything like that.
After the carnival. So like already she's the one that makes the most sense to kind of insert herself in the group a little bit
Exactly,
more.
and even with the Green Ranger who's crushing on her, she's like, she finds him annoying, but she's seen him be heroic. She's seen him like cancel dates, like I have a duty and everything like that. She's even though she doesn't maybe like him, she has a strong respect for him.
It's just, if only he can just read the room and her signals that she's not interested. Kids don't do this. I won't point that out. Don't do this in real life.
But so here's the thing. So I will say this: there are, even though I didn't like this show, and I'll get to like the things I didn't like later on. There are aspects of it I did like. The actress who they got to play, what was her name?
Mana.
Mana was amazing. Like, there's a whole moment where they go back to like her place, everything like that. You see her flower garden, everything like that. She's like standing in the window, like singing, everything like that, and she's emoting and like talking about how she feels about him, everything like that. I was like, okay, I'm getting a little bit touched right here. This is kind of dope. Like, she kind of sold me on the romance aspect of it. Like, I'll be real, she was such a good actor. I was like, okay, she needs to be a ranger in another season.
And
like,
only,
she was
and only,
really good.
only a guest appearance. Only a guest appearance.
Yeah, I was low-key like, please let her be the sixth ranger.
Well,
please let her be the next ranger.
Here's the thing, like, if it's possible, if she's actually very, I'll agree with you, she's actually was very good. So if Toei liked what they saw here, it's like, hey, keep her in mind for your next writer or Sentai show.
She's saying we're almost done with Kamen Rider Bill, but we got some more Kamen Riders. You might need a job. You got nothing going on.
It's like, you guys, I know you guys got your shit ready to roll.
Let's see. I do, when in this episode, sorry to cut you off, I do like the dynamic between Kichiro and Umika.
Yeah.
Like, where she just straight up doesn't understand what his problem is, and they really don't expand on it, really.
Well, that was my problem. That was my problem.
Here's the thing. Okay, go ahead and explain your problem with it, and I think I'll try my best to
elaborate
to counter it.
Yeah,
because I read it different. I think I read it differently from you too. But go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing. So the whole time she's like, "Why won't you just like go after this guy?" Well, no, she goes to like the Potter Ranger, like, "Why won't you go after her? She loves you. She likes you, and blah blah." He's like, "Oh, she does." It was like, "But I'm just too awkward and everything like that." And then I also, I kind of have my duty, but I'm just too awkward and everything like that. And that's where I got annoyed at, because it's like, okay, I kind of understand where you're coming from. At the same time, though, I would have respected it more if it was just your duty. Because for me, that whole, like, I'm just too awkward and everything like that, I get it because it's a show and we want to do a little bit more fun and everything like that. But I wish they had played up his duty more and everything like that, because I feel that's what they didn't play up yet. That was my one problem with it. But what'd you think?
Here's the funny thing. I feel it is still his duty. The awkward thing is just part of who he is. And when he says that, it's like, I can focus on two things. I can only focus on literally one thing. And I'm barely good at being personable. And that's something that's been established in the show. If we go back to the episode with the kid, and he wanted to really impress that kid, he wants to be that personable, like, ranger.
His face.
Yeah. He wants to be that personable ranger, but he also knows it's just not in him. He's trying. But he's trying it, but we know what he is good at is being a cop, and we see that, but being a good cop, for him, it's like, I am capable of trying to be a very good cop, but I'm such an awkward human being that I can't make the other half of me work. And I don't think right now, I read it as, I don't think I'm ready for her. Yeah. And that's just not fair for her.
Okay, that makes sense.
See, I feel you. And for me, that does make sense. That's a great way to interpret everything like that. And I guess it's about interpretation. For me, I didn't get the information for that, because the thing I just kept, like, what I would have liked to have seen more played into it is that, like, he would have been like we talked about the ganglers a little bit. I'm like, right now our city is under siege. There are ganglers attacking the city every day. I have thieves who are attacking and doing these things like this, and there's only me and my team standing between us and like the city's like safety. Right. And so I want to be with you. I would love to pursue this, but I can't because I have my duty first, and being a cop is that much important to me. That I would have been like, damn. Red Ranger, respect. Yeah. Right. But like, I feel you at the same time though. But yeah, that was my one problem. And some other ones coming. Ooh, there it is on screen. Okay.
You ready?
Second problem.
Go ahead. Oh no, please. I think. Go ahead.
All right.
Okay. So let's just review this. Let's just go through the list.
Sure.
Okay. So you just answer a couple questions for me. Okay. The chubby guy that goes to the dream world. What's he end up doing?
Oh no. I hate this too.
Okay.
Wait, what's in the eye? I hate this too.
Okay, so Jess, you answer these questions. The chubby guy that goes to the dream world, what is he end up doing?
Eating.
Okay, and he's like trapped with eating, right?
Yeah, because that's like his happiest moment.
Okay.
He's like, and he never gets full.
Exactly. And the Pink Potter Ranger, what happens to her?
She gets surrounded by a bunch of fluffies.
Exactly. That's all she can focus on.
And
right?
that makes sense. That's been consistent.
That's fine. That's hilarious. I cracked out. I was like, ha, he. Okay.
Exactly.
And then the third thing, what did the green Potter Ranger get trapped doing?
He has a book of with pictures of Umika.
That he's obsessed with, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that's what he gets trapped doing. And then the red Power Ranger is
He's patrolling, and he's in a regular cop uniform, but he's patrolling in a kind of utopia type of.
This is like Dream World, right?
Yeah.
So they all got trapped in the Dream Worlds, right?
Yeah.
What was her dream?
I see. I'm with you on this.
Oh, why?
I am with you
saying,
on this.
You're saying why was she like immediately out of it?
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree. Actually, I will admit to you. I will agree to that. I will agree to that.
And that was my problem. And so that's the thing where I said, that's the reason why I had a problem with this episode. Because honestly, up until this point, I was kind of cool with everything. But here's where I felt they dropped the ball. Because when they got to Lupin Yellow, I would have like, here's what I would have done.
Sure.
I would have cut out on some of that awkwardness and some of those like funny moments at the beginning of the episode. They really expand out the Dream World stuff a little bit longer. Because when Lupin Yellow got there, I would have loved they had done a thing where her friend is back. And then, or some of those lines, and then she just kind of like,
see, that would be, that would
this isn't I haven't gotten my wish yet.
That would be perfect. Like that, it'd make more sense. And you could tell that they expanded too much on some other things by the way that they got out of the Dream World, where it was just all he had to do is shoot out into the sky.
Well,
exactly.
I'm okay with that, but I'm gonna go with you on the Umika thing because I agree. And here's the problem. Okay, actually, the thing I hate is that I'm just not into. I kind of get mad at Japan when they do fat jokes like the ramen dude. That's me. I'm not. I get like I just get mad at them. Like,
I'm hearing that's a thing though. The whole little eating food.
It is, but I'm not into it. But
it's weird because it's a fat guy doing it, but I know for sure that's Josh's dream.
Well,
to eat and never get full. But we'll talk about Josh.
But I will totally agree, 100% agree. And it felt like I got a theory that there was a draft where they must have included that. Because clearly, A1, she's wearing the uniform that she wore with her friend died. So you obviously were going to do something with that. And I almost felt like something went wrong that they had to rush it and they cut that out. But I am 100% agreeing with both of you that like, but wait, how come we don't do even a glimmer? Even at minimum, as she was trying to find try to convince Keiichiro or someone to break out of it before she does her big number that's coming up. If she turned around and heard her friend for a second, even if it's for a second, her friend's in the distance and it's like, with that fuzzy filter on.
She's like, why are you leaving? He's
Hey,
like,
oh my God, I'm over here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even if that was a 2-second scene and she broke out of it, I would have been no complaints.
Exactly, same.
But there was nothing.
And I felt they dropped the ball right there. And then going back to the red Power Ranger, is that when she goes up to him and was like, okay, she starts singing the song. That was cool. It was nice little
that's
singing.
my favorite.
I didn't know Umiki can sing like that. That was cool.
Oh,
but again, it brought up...
I turned into Pata Green. I was like,
Yeah, apparently she's an idol, which makes sense why they included that bit in there. I love it. I love this bit too because it's cheese upon cheese, and I love it.
It is, but I would have liked it more because the song for me makes reference to like the crush on the girl, or possibly the girl. Where again, going back to my whole thing,
is this the song that he? Is this the song that he recommended?
Yeah. For me, it would have been dope if he'd be like, "Yeah, why you a song?" Because he's like, I don't know why, but it reminds me of my duty.
Yeah.
It reminds me of why I protect. It reminds me why I became a Power Ranger. It reminds me why I got to fight the game. So some of those lines. So when he starts singing that song, he just starts singing about like, no, the game people need my help. I am not done. I would have loved it if it just again add a little more depth to him because my thing that I'm getting to now, and we've been talking about this like the past few weeks, is that the Power Rangers are coming off as these jokes, and I kind of wish they would take them a little more seriously at times. Every now and again, we do get some seriousness from them and everything like that, but I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of over the stick of them always being used as the jokes and everything like that.
Justin.
Yes.
You've watched the past Super Sentai series, the one before this. How does this match up to it?
Well, it's different in every fashion. There's never been a show that did what it's doing right now, which is literally create two different teams.
Yes.
Well,
not like this.
Not like this.
No, definitely not like this. But the only thing I can think of is what you call it,
Ninja.
Hurricaneer?
Yeah, Hurricaneer.
Barely though, and that's a case where it's like they were when Hurricaneer showed up. And again, if you watch Ninja Storm, that's one of those cases where it's like it's kind of almost the same show. To a certain degree, as Hurricaneer, but in so much the fact that, like, in Hurricaneer, they established the Go Riders as the other ninja team. And they show up a little bit later. They're almost treated like secondary rangers, So it's coming. Their story is more along the lines of a Green Ranger showing up.
Right, of course, yeah.
So it doesn't really match up to me in that same way. This is the first time they've ever done it like this, where we are literally creating two separate teams.
Two Red Rangers.
In two different styles, in two different ways. And here's the thing: I actually completely understand where you're pointing from. And it was my fear when the show started, because the show is not called Pat versus Lupin. The show is called Lupin versus Pat.
Yeah.
And when you watch that opening scene of the show, and it's great. I love it. It's full of style and it's cool. It's very clear who they loved.
Yeah.
And I was really worried for the Pat Rangers that they were going to look like idiots, or my biggest fear is they were going to forget them and not even do stories about them. In my opinion, I feel the show's been pretty nicely equal about giving them both stories, giving them both backstories, giving them both episodes that about them personally, and not forgetting one or the other. But I do feel, and this is kind of goes back to a little bit, and I can totally get it, and I totally understand why you have a problem with it, and why it doesn't bother me. It is in the genre as not Linkara. Hey, nice.
Come
I was
on.
hoping to do that today, but I got lazy.
Cut out first. That
Whoa!
the internet switched a little bit. So where were we at again?
Finish what we thought, buddy.
So Justin was explaining to me how when this first started off, like it was pretty much Lupin the Third. They were basing this off of everything like that, which makes total sense. And so in Lupin the Third, they used the cop, one singular cop, as a joke. And think about this, which kind of makes sense for how the show works. Because if you ever watch Lupin the Third, these are all some type of Ocean's 11 mission every episode or so. They're all trying to like steal something or do something, everything like that. He's in the background trying to stop them, but they always like end up getting away them before like, everything like that. And again, in a way, though, it works because he's also the antagonist, so you want to laugh at this guy, like, silly cop, F the Popo, Ice Cube. But in this situation, though, for me personally, the reason why it doesn't work is because I'm like, all right, we have two sets of heroes. There's supposed to be two main characters in a way, and while I understand that's their subsidiary like main character, that's still your main character though.
That's true.
You still need to develop them and everything like that. Let's look at like Build as an example.
Right.
On Build, we get Sinjo, who's serious, gets all these awesome storylines, everything like that. But we've talked about before, Grease has some great comedic moments with his crush on Mita and everything like that. But you also get some really competent, like organized, dramatic moments. You got Banjo, who's pretty much again our second main character in a way, who comes in as a joke, like I just love the fight, I want to punch stuff. But then he grows as a hero over time. He starts realizing he needs to protect the greater good and everything like that. And granted, this is a journey we've gone to, but right now in Potter, we're in like episode 16, and I'm just like, bruh, we need to get a little bit more development for them. We got to take them a little bit more seriously. Like again, I totally understand them using it as jokes, but that's why I say like in this again.
1 second. Someone sent some people to our channel to spam our chat room. So once we figure out who E Squad is, we'll find you.
E Squad.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, we'll find you, E Squad. We'll get you. Huh? Daniel, find E Squad first. Find E Squad. Boom. We'll have Joe moderate right now. But go ahead and continue.
Yes.
Okay. So pretty much like subsidiary. Also, the thing about this also for me, like being episode 16, 17 where we're right now. I just wish personally they would take the Power Rangers a little bit more seriously and give them some of this grounded. For me, this episode was like the major pitfall for that because we had some cool moments we could have done with Power Ranger Red, but I kind of feel like we missed the laps and we want to go for the joke of him just being like this awkward guy and everything like that. We could have focused him like I have to choose either love or my duty, and right now I need to choose duty over love. But again, I feel where you're coming from though, and it makes sense why they're doing it. I just really feel that the writers right now are kind of making the wrong call.
Actually, it's a good thing, Jezzer. It's supporting you guys.
What does E Squad mean?
Doesn't matter. They're another Ranger thing.
Oh. Okay. I continue.
Oh,
okay.
Thank you, Ranger List. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I guess like for me personally, I don't see it. I didn't really see him being very jokey in this episode. I actually really treated it very seriously.
Well, I'll rephrase that. When I say jokey, I don't mean like joke like waka, sip on a banana pill. I mean like he just didn't get like the seriousness I would have loved. Because when I look at Power Ranger Red, me and Joe had this cool conversation the other day, Jezzer before we talked about Cyclops, X-Men. And so when I look at Lupin Red, I look at him as like a Wolverine, and I look at Power Ranger Red as
Yeah.
as Cyclops.
Cyclops.
In a way. Exactly.
Which
so,
I get.
Or
Yeah.
Captain America.
Yeah,
So I understand him being like silly, but at the same time, I'm like, bruh, I want you to step up. You know, that just might be my own personal bias of what I want this character to be, and that he's not meant to be that.
Because I guess for me, it's like I don't really see them as much of the eggs on their face as Zenigata has been. I honestly feel like the show's been doing a pretty good job making them equally the leads of the show, personally. And I guess for me, it's like with Keiichiro, the more I'm learning about Keiichiro, the more I'm loving Keiichiro. Like with the episode with the kid.
Yeah, that was dope. Like,
that was dope.
The episode with the kid and that whole episode where he's like putting his life on the line. He comes up and he's about to die and everything like that. Then the follow episode when they got poisoned and everything like that. I thought that was two of their best episodes, and honestly, two personally my favorites.
No, and those are probably some of mine as well. And I think the key thing for me about that episode is the ending is key to me, where Hikaru was like, the kid goes to Green, and Keiichiro's like, at first it comes up as like, Tsukasa's like, oh, hey, sorry about that. It looks like he picked him over for his favorite, and Keiichiro's like, it's not why we do this.
Exactly.
And I went, now I know. Now I get it.
Exactly. He's your favorite character.
He's my favorite of the team, of that team.
No, I agree with you because I love that moment, but the one that got me too was like earlier on when they're doing that big fight sequence and everything like that. And you remember when he takes that blast and they're though like, oh, he just didn't dodge, he was slow, and you see that he was over protecting the mom and child underneath and holding up the building. It was like. That's the reason why I keep comparing him to Captain America Cyclops.
Of
I'm
course.
like, that man's a hero.
Well,
because of the Lupins, I'm like, I want you guys to get your wish, I want you guys to get your family back. But you guys are kind of like Luffy in One Piece.
And you're kind of like selfish a little bit. Like
Kyrie especially.
Yeah, because you're out to do this for yourself, and I totally understand it. So you go after your dreams, do that. But when I look at them, I'm like, these guys are heroes. They joined this for a purpose, and I want them to be like, I don't know, I just want them to get more like things like that. But you know what? As we talk about that past episode, I guess they're just trying to balance it out now because they've been so serious with them. They're like, let's do this little bit of stuff more lighthearted and everything.
That's true, and something a little bit, and this is definitely that case. So it's like, here's a little, because Keiichiro's episodes have been pretty heavy in hindsight. That's true. When you brought those, everyone's like, oh yeah, he's actually gotten the heavier storylines in comparison. Jezzer, how do you feel about?
The direction?
How do you feel about some of the Keiichiro stuff in this episode, or overall, how do you feel about the character in general?
I feel like there's still a lot more to explore with him. He's it's not everything on this. It's not everything's on the surface. He's very different. Oh whoa.
Oh, that's super sick, dude! Oh, that's awesome! Thank you so much.
Whoa!
Wait, you could host on YouTube.
What's going on?
You could host on YouTube.
Hi.
I didn't know you could do that. That's
crazy. Dope. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's not.
Cool.
So yeah, I think that there's definitely more to see with his character, and I think that he's getting a bad rap because he's like we had that conversation in Marvel with the whole Cyclops thing.
Okay.
Yeah. He's definitely the Cyclops of this series.
And I'm a dude who loves Cyclops.
Me, you, and
So I think that
Jezzer still likes Wolverine.
No.
Oh, you're a Wolverine.
No, I'm not a Wolverine.
Jezzer's kind of a hype beast, a little bit of a fan.
Did you put the chopsticks?
No,
into
I'm
the
more
fingers
for me. Probably my favorite character. I think probably my favorite character in the show is definitely Umika.
I get that.
Yeah,
totally get
she
that.
is because she's the she's the glue with the Lupin Rangers. She is the one that she's like their moral compass. She's the one that sees both sides.
Yeah.
She's the one that has made the effort to. She's the one that made the effort to reach out to this other Ranger team and kind of like connect with them.
Yeah.
Whereas more so for Kyrie, he's very like. He's got tunnel vision, and I think that's definitely going to be his downfall.
Yeah,
and we're definitely gonna see a shift. We know that Kyrie, he's the leader, he's the red leader now, but I feel like there's gonna be a shift where he's gonna make a lot of mistakes that's gonna put his team in danger, and like we're gonna start looking at Kichiro in a different light, and I think that Umika is the key to bringing these two teams together.
Totally agree with that. 100% agree with that.
Yeah. So I think she's going to be the, like, at the end of this episode, we saw that he's suspecting.
We saw that.
That was great. I love
and
that.
And it makes total sense. Like, why was she there?
Exactly. That was dope. That was cool.
It was a thought I had when that happened and when she was in there. And I'm like, aren't you guys going to remember or question why she's in there?
Here? Exactly. She wasn't in the battlefield or anything.
And again, Keiichiro is smart enough to go, this is interesting to me. He's not asking, because he asked Tsukasa, hey, are you guys sure again that the folks at the restaurant aren't the Lupin Rangers? Like, yeah, why? nothing. And that means, like, oh, that's interesting. He's not telling them right away.
He's patient. He's thinking about it.
Yeah.
And it shows he's not as hot-headed as we think. So that's
Yeah.
super dope. So I agree with you totally. I think Umika's going to be the key to bringing these teams together. And I think through her and seeing what they've done, they'll start to realize that they're both starting to realize that they're not that bad. But you know what's interesting, too, though, is like to piggyback on what you said a moment ago about how it's like they're like kind of selfish and especially Lupin Red's like about his own wish and everything like that. I think because you notice they're getting closer to the cops and they're seeing the cops do their duty and do everything out of self-sacrifice. I'm hoping this is going to build to a point where they're going to get put in a position, the Lupin Rangers, of making a choice between being heroes and getting their wish.
That's exactly.
And realizing it was going to what's going to happen.
So you think they're going to sacrifice that?
I don't know, but I think they're going to learn from the cops and maybe get put in a position where they have to make that call.
That's exactly.
And I hope they make the right call.
Yeah, and that's what's going to be. That's why I'm liking. This is why I'm liking the season so much for me.
Okay.
It's like there's a chance that both. Let's say, for example, when the Lupins start learning more about the cops, and they realize like, oh, this is going to be much harder for them to start separating their goals between their goals because they're starting to feel some empathy and some some sympathy from them. Or get to know them. If the moment comes when the Pat Rangers discover that the Lupin Rangers are the people at the restaurant, then that's another good series of good stories to tell that the Pat Rangers have to, like, we don't trust you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know who you got. You guys lied to us.
Yeah.
You know? Some of them will even consider them to be friends. Hikari will be broken because he's like, I, like, totally fell for you, and here you are, being a criminal, I don't know what to do.
You were my dream. You're supposed to sign my picture book. No.
Can I say...
that's a little creepy. The picture book's weird.
I want to point that out.
That was his dream. How's that his dream already?
That's so sad.
No,
that's super thirsty.
He has those pictures. He has those pictures.
You know what really is messed up? The picture he really wanted her to sign was the one of their one date.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
wait. Okay. You just hit me right there. That kind of went from sad to kind of romantic.
Yeah,
because it
those are
like,
mental pictures.
Yeah,
I guess
wasn't
it's
her.
true.
Like it wasn't her like in the restaurant or her like in the bikini. It was like this moment of us together.
I mean, okay,
like,
to
I
be
really
fair,
do start to like. And remember what he said too,
that's
though.
true.
Okay, you know what? I gotta be real. I did not like this episode, but now that we're talking about it, I am coming around liking it a lot more.
See, that's what's great about having a panel of different people from with different perspectives. I mean, we do have a lot of the same ideas, but they're like seeing it like the whole thing with Kichiro, where I didn't see it how you saw it. Like I just saw it as he's just a closed off, you know. So do you think that he actually does have feelings for?
I think he totally does.
Yeah,
and that's why I started liking it now because while I do have my original problems with this episode, and I wish they would fix that. The one thing I'm realizing is like this show is very subtle. It's like where its build is very in your face about the drama and the intensity of everything like that. This one's just very layered. It's like on the surface, it's like we're just chasing after these items, but we're really building up these characters. Like Powder Ranger Green. He's low-key crushing hard on this girl. Because remember he said, he's like, I just want to date pretty girls. But then later on in the episode, something happens between them, and he gets actual crush on her. He's actually invested in her now. Where he wants just to be with her. So it's like, I understand it. Like, it's really cool now. Like,
I was a little saddened by the whole thing where she got on the plane and just flew off.
And I think that's kind of what makes it kind of work for me too. With Umika being so mad, it's like, dude, what the fuck? You didn't even show up.
You know? Like just angry.
But what's really cool about that as well is that because she's upset, she's like, you're terrible and everything like this. But then he also suspects her. And it's like, he kind of paused for a minute. It's like, even if she is a thief, she still seems like a good person because she just wanted me to be happy. She wanted us to be happy. So it shows that he has a moral conjuring going on right now.
So he's super conflicted.
Exactly. He's evaluating them
he's
right now.
He's evaluating like in last episode they were caught kind of like in a weird position defending Tuma as he switched, and it looked like they're helping the Ganglers, and it doesn't help their case.
No, it doesn't help the case.
It definitely doesn't help their case. But the Pata Rangers they're seeing that there's something going on.
Exactly. It was cool when they ended that last episode where they were, because remember at first he saw Lupin Rangers helping the Gangler, and then they were like, "What do you do? You guys never help Ganglers." But then by themselves, like, "Oh, okay, they weren't working with the Ganglers." And it's in a way the Power Rangers were kind of like relieved, and they're like, "Okay, we don't want you guys as actual enemies. It's like we're more rivals right now, as opposed to actual enemies."
That's why I still love my favorite scene. Absolutely, still is Kairi so upset at Keiichiro. Once he find out that the Gangler blew up, which included the Lupin collection piece in him, so he's on the bridge, he's stressing out. There's Keiichiro going up to him, going like, "Hey, you're all right."
Yeah.
And Kairi's like, "Dude, I can't even look at you right now." He's like, "Hey man, if you need can't just be out here alone, man. Here, you also look like you're thirsty. You want something to drink? And he's like, dude, I hate you, but you're being so nice.
But which is so dope because he shows the Power Rangers just like they're not for this for selfish reasons. They are just generally nice people who want to help.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, that poor guy. Cool. Oh, it's like dude from the restaurant. Is he okay?
Exactly.
Yeah. And Kairi has a mutual respect for Kichiro.
Yes.
That episode where he was
in the hospital
sick.
in the
He
coma
was
and everything
sick,
like that.
and he was still fighting. Like he was still fighting.
He was fighting harder to help them.
There's a look that Kairi gave him. I was like, all right, this guy's he means business.
Yes. And the fact when he showed up to the battlefield and everything like that, when Kairi walked out and he was sick and everything like that, was such a boss moment.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, what did you guys think about that? Like, I know you had some experience.
So here's the thing: if we had to give it a rating like out of 5,
sure.
I'll be real. In the beginning of this, because immediately after I watched the episode and I saw those like opportunities I feel they missed with Power Ranger Red, I was like a 1.5.
Yeah.
But after kind of like talking out and seeing like where they're coming from, everything like that, and okay, the little moment with the Green Ranger, that little random he wants to sign the picture of their date, which is like, okay, that is just like so sweet. And you're just crushing so
Sweet
hard.
or creepy? See, there's a very fine line.
It's sweepy.
Very fine
had it been
line.
a picture of her like by herself, where he's like kind of looking at her from a distance, kind
Or,
of
like,
weird. I'm
in the
like,
curtains, you know.
But the fact it's a picture of them from their date, it was like, dude, you just really want to be with her, and you're respecting her, but you just, but that's what you're thinking. It knows what he actually signed, but he didn't chase after her.
Yeah. Do you think that that's gonna happen?
No. But
all right, but so my rating for this episode, I give it a solid. Well, the ending was good too, 3.5.
All right, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
3.5.
Yeah.
It still my top favorite episode in the series was the scavenger hunt one with Umika and.
That's a good one.
That's still one of my favorite ones.
That's a really great one.
If we can get one that tops that, then that's gonna get my 5.
I feel like Toma needs to accidentally team up with one of them soon.
Oh yes, he needs to have a connection with them.
Yeah.
Who is it gonna be? Is it gonna be with Pink?
I think it'd be interesting if he does it with Green.
I was going to say the exact same thing because they're polar opposites, and the cool thing about it is
one's a cool guy, one's kind of like
the goof and everything like that. But he'll gain a respect from him.
Yeah.
It seems like
he's like all over the place.
Like, low key, it's kind of like Sasuke and Naruto. It's like you're such an idiot, but God, you're still trying so hard though.
Yeah. So you think that's where they're gonna make the connection?
Yeah.
I
agree.
It's awesome. We can go into comments. Last week we had a little issue with this stream on the internet where we didn't get through all the comments, but we'll get through them today. You want to start off with I Will 1?
Okay. I Will 1. I remember when I could have watched Kamen Rider on Crunchyroll. It's where I saw my first season of Kamen Rider Kabuto. First off, dang, I didn't know they had it on Crunchyroll. Could have been watching it then either. Well, not now, I guess. But Ultra is great, so if you want to watch Ultraman G'd, it's still on there.
Yeah.
I'll be real. The moment Netflix catches wind of this and they start putting Sentai like subbed on Netflix like week to week, that'd be so cool.
The announcement that they're doing. You already know that story.
Shout Factory.
Shout Factory.
He told us
right.
Shout Factory for Car Ranger.
Shout Factory TV is doing now Sentai streaming.
Yeah,
but they're not doing all we're saying of the live stuff.
Well, I mean, they'll figure it out.
One day
they'll figure it out.
Because Hulu's doing it right now with Naruto.
And I would not mind paying like a monthly subscription for this.
I agree.
Because there's tons of different like great series in Super Sentai and with Kamen Rider or anything, even Ultraman.
Well, the Ultraman's available on Crunchyroll, so that's cool about that. And
all of them?
Not all of them. There's some legal things they have to figure out, but I will say some really good ones.
Okay.
If you guys want to check out some Ultra shows, I would say Ultraman Orb is amazing. Ultraman G'd, which is the last show they did.
I'm glad it wasn't a bikini photo. I mean,
I second that. As soon as I was still on the creepy side. And when you guys were both like, "Oh, that's kind of cute," I went, "Oh, I guess that is nice."
But I think once a streaming service just like mans up and just
exactly,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because Hulu did it so well because they got Naruto, they got a bunch of like Hero Academia, so you can literally watch those as they come out every week and everything like that. Such a good thing. So I'm looking like the moment somebody does that for Sentai and does that for Kamen Rider. What's really going to be dope is going to push Power Rangers to make better content.
Yeah. Okay. Since you're the Kamen Rider expert, what like if we were to go back and watch this series, which is the one that we absolutely have to go back to?
Are we talking about like recent years
or
just
as one of your favorite?
Okay. I got back into this world hardcore because I saw Kamen Rider Forze.
Forze. That's what we keep hearing. Forze.
Forze.
And they also say X8.
X8 is not the show. I know it's some for some. I think what I've learned is that there's a Kamen Rider show for everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody gets into this stuff in a different period, and it's I think it's cool that everyone has their own take of what they walk in. But I love Forze. That's the one that got me
I like
into
the dragon
show.
one. The dragon one was my favorite.
Was that Ryuki?
Yeah, I watched the one.
When it's Dragon Knight.
Yeah, but
Kamen Rider, Dragon Knight.
I didn't watch the American adaptation. I watched it as a kid back in early 2000s.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what, low-key, I wish we would do? Because we've been talking about doing retro Henshin Hangout for a while.
Yeah.
And if we get enough followers and everyone shares it out and everything like that, that's the goal. Ultimately, do our retro Henshin Hangout. And we've been talking about, like, we're going to do one for Kamen Rider, but definitely going to do a Sentai series. I've been saying for a long time is that I want to do Mega Ranger, the one at the school.
Oh, sure.
Also Car Ranger. But
Yes.
you know what I would love to do with you guys? And then we can go off and do all of those. That would be just, like, really fun after we finish this series.
Yeah.
I want to do Gokaiger. Because Gokaiger, like you just talk about what got us into like Sentai. I've always been a Power Rangers fan, but what got me into Sentai is when I saw that clip online where they showed the Mega Force episode of the Pirates versus the actual Japanese Sentai series, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is this? It's so amazing! Marvelous is actually marvelous." And so the about was like, "Let's make this showy and everything like that."
Yeah.
And then like the yellow Gokaiger.
Yeah.
Baka. Which is like so good. And so honestly, like when we finish this again, if everyone shares it out and gets set up out there.
But with these shows, there's no gaps though.
There's no gaps. It's true.
There's
We
gaps.
power on to the next show.
Well, I know,
there's
but
like a week. If you want to do a retro Henshin hangout another day, we'll figure that out.
Let's do it, yeah.
That's a lot, but
a lot.
there's a lot of shows.
Well,
Well,
here's the thing. How about we do this? If we do a retro, and we'll figure out the details of it. Maybe we just spend like we'll
How about
film
key
it.
episodes? Like
Yeah, exactly. Or we'll just do a retrospective, and it'll be like a 2-part episode.
Yeah.
So
And
we'll
we'll
talk
let you
about
guys
first
know
part
what-
series and start by series.
And we'll let you guys know what happens. Yeah, if we do this, we're just spitballing right now. It's like seeing how the sausage is made. If we do this, we'll let you guys know what episode it is so you can watch it.
Yeah,
and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Exactly.
We could actually,
we definitely don't need to do every single episode for it.
And then we
just
can
do like a whole
definitely,
retrospective.
we can
on one
definitely
event.
like incorporate into this show. I mean, like, do the Kamen Rider, and then the Super Sentai, and then like a retro part.
That'd be dope,
yeah.
Okay.
But we read one more comment.
Well, actually, this one's for you. It says, hey, Justin,
Yo.
if you notice the collection piece was either a carrot Super Sentai ball or it was the soccer ball the Go Rangers had before it got changed to the football. Anyway, great show as always, guys. I love tuning in each week with my hashtag family to talk about Tokatsu since I'm more or so the outcast of my family and my real life friends are more of anime geeks.
Who's that?
Who's that from?
That's from Layla.
Oh, Layla.
Layla's amazing.
Hi,
Your
Layla.
friend Layla from Central Arkansas. Yo, you're from Central Arkansas? I got family down in Memphis. And West Memphis, Arkansas. And so what's
That's
up,
awesome.
Layla? And oh yeah, by the way, Layla, you said you're graduating, so hopefully, if you have, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Did you bring up the fact that I was one? Yeah, like Leia brought to the fact like in the last episode there was the.
It was a ball.
It was a ball, and I wasn't sure. No, you brought up the fact it could be Go Ranger because Go Ranger went from a ball to a football. So possible?
Yeah.
I kind of felt.
Did you pick up anything on this one? This week's?
Oh no, this week the Lupin collection clearly is from Ginga Man.
Ginga
AKA
Man.
Lost Galaxy.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. When I saw it, I was like, yes.
Little sword. The little sword that popped out of him. That is absolutely 100.
No, but it was like it was angled. It wasn't like
No. Look at it again. It's absolutely.
It's Ginga Man?
It's Ginga Man. 100%. But the ball from the last episode threw me for a loop. And even I'm like, I guess it is from Go Ranger, but I assumed if you're gonna do Go Ranger, you're gonna do the football.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if we got a lot of Lupin collections to go through, so we'll see.
do. And to see, that's another great thing is like, what is the Lupin collection? It's that. You know,
Time Ranger. It's this and this and that. Yeah.
And what I love about again the Sentai series is that they do acknowledge there are other Sentai groups ahead of them.
Yeah.
And they incorporate that history to it, which is super dope. It's something I wish Power Rangers did more.
Whether it's subtle or it's super obvious, that's what I love about it too. Yeah. Especially with
that one right there.
All right, cool. All right, this one's from Derek Kirby. Derek, we have not seen you in the live chat in a long, long time. Great show, guys. Dig how you guys are enjoying the shows and expressing your honest opinions on each show, respectively. From 16th episode of Lupat, the Lupin collection piece is inspired by Sun Vulcan's team finisher, Vulcan Ball. Don't see that's.
I don't know about Vulcan Ball.
Yeah, see, that's another cool thing about doing the show with you guys, because you guys know. Whatever we don't know, you guys might know.
That's the thing. I forget. Thank you.
Yes.
That's gotta be it. Thank you. Yeah, no.
My research / theory, in fact, about the Lupin collection pieces of the show are actually tribute nods to past Sentai series. Yes.
Of course.
we all kind of figured that.
Which sort of believe Lupat is an anniversary closing out show highlighting the end of Heisei era leading into Japan's new era. That is leading into a
The
new
Heisei era finish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
new year, and my speculation on that from personal research. But I think that this is what the creators have brilliantly fan service to fans who know and watch Super Sentai. Keep up the great work with the reviews, and take care, guys. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you.
That's great.
If you've not seen Sun Vulcan, that show's wild. You gotta try one episode.
Sun Vulcan?
Sun Vulcan, it's a 70s one. It was super popular when it came out. But give that one at least one episode of try.
That is a great theory.
You know, I've been seeing clips for that I really want to watch too. Is the one that we never got in America. It's the one that the Ninja Rangers are based upon, where they're here for a while, when the Power Rangers got their ninja powers.
Oh, Kaku Ranger?
Exactly. I've been seeing clips from that, and it looks legit.
Kaku Ranger is bananas in all the right ways.
Bananas.
Okay, so we have one more. There we go.
Let's go down.
What happened? Where is it?
Oh, wigging out a little bit.
Where is it?
Oh no.
Hold on. Everyone stay cool.
Stay cool. We'll get it. Let me get the internet back. Hold
What's
on.
Fonzie? He's cool. We gotta stay cool.
Is it back yet? Is it back?
No.
Is it back? Here, let me see. Let's see.
While you get that last comment ready to go, here's the interesting thing for me about where we're currently at with Lupat. Was episode 18? So, I find it super fascinating to me that we have not had a single hint of the 6th Ranger.
Yeah, that's true.
Or in this case, the 7th Ranger.
Is this about the time that?
It is actually absolutely about the time.
Okay.
What if we have?
See, that's the thing. If it is, like you said, this show's subtle. If they just
what if it's the guy?
Hit it?
Oh yeah, at the very end. Yeah.
The guy who's chewing the ice and everything like that. Because think about it. So the whole thing.
We know him as the monster who.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So think about it this way: Lupin versus Powder Ranger, right? Yeah. If the 6th Ranger shows up, who is somebody we both hate? A Ranger that works with the gangsters.
Oh.
And then the Lupins wouldn't trust him because they'd be like, "You killed our family." Ooh. That would add another level to it as well.
Ooh. I still want it to be High Top.
Who? Hilltop?
Hilltop.
You want Commander Hilltop?
Commander High Top.
Oh gosh. I'm cool with that.
That's
an
one right
interesting angle. I could be into that. All right. Okay, so the last comment comes from Ukiya Senpai. A lot of early Heisei era shows use a bike a lot, with Kamen Rider Kuga being the king of bike fu action. That is 100% correct. Other Heisei era shows that they bike. Other Heisei era shows that use the bike a lot are Agito, yes. Fives, yes. Blade, yes. Kabuto. I haven't seen Kabuto a lot of, but I'm aware of it. Yeah, I'm sure there is. And Den-O. Yeah. The only later Heisei era shows they use the bike a lot are Double, O's, and Forze, which is... I guess this is coming from the fact of me bitching about the fact that Ryder kind of forgets about the bike recently.
It really does, though. It really does. Like,
when was the last time we had a bike?
We haven't seen a bike in a long time.
I don't know the last time when Senta... I remember I think Senta rode a bike like a while back, but it still feels like forever ago.
It's so hilarious because every time it's like, we have to go, and they're like running to the battlefield.
You have a bike!
Riders! You have bikes! What are you doing? It was like, we have to Uber. Like, we
going back to Kamen Rider Build, that one thing that I missed, that we totally forgot is that, did you see how Katsuragi was fighting? He's just like, he had no idea what he was doing.
That's what I love too.
It was like, and you could tell the difference, and that's like a subtle thing. I mean, it's not super subtle, but
yes,
a subtle thing that they include, that he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he may have built this, he may have created this thing,
but he's not the guy to use it.
He's not the guy to use it. He's not Sento. But he
Sento.
also didn't ride a bike, so what the?
You guys, thank you so much for that was such a great two great episodes too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna get really, really good storylines going for Lupat, and I mean, Kamen Rider Build's ending, and it's sad.
It's wild.
Sad.
I feel like it's ramping.
It's gonna be so good though.
Yeah,
it's gonna be amazing. We might be emotional.
Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna be till August till we get to the end of Build, but until then.
It's going to be interesting.
Just soak it in. Yep. Soak it in.
Guys, thank you again for that. Whoever was hosting, that's great.
Oh yeah, thank you for hosting.
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
I
thought just a bunch of random people just came and started like spamming.
Well, no, if you're here to help out, say what up.
Thank you for watching. where can we find you guys on? So we'll start off with Johnny.
Okay, you find me at JohnnyP313 on Instagram and Twitter. Again, that's JohnnyP313. And as you guys know, ladies just know, I write comics. And so next weekend, I'll be at, where's it at?
It's a Superfest, Toyzilla in Alhambra. So he's gonna be. We're gonna have a table, hashtag show, and Johnny Parker, and we're also gonna bring a special Power Ranger guest with us.
Yep.
So you'll see. There's a bunch of Power Rangers there, and the mayor's gonna be there. It's gonna be really awesome.
It's gonna be cool.
So you guys come check it out. It's in Alhambra, Toyzilla, the store, Toyzilla in Alhambra.
So you come meet the hashtag crew, come meet some Power Rangers, come buy some comics, and then have a great time.
Johnny. Or Justin.
I'm Justin. Hi.
Yeah.
What's up?
I kept calling him Johnny.
What's up, Joe?
I
How you
kept
doing?
calling him. It's all these J's, man.
Too
and
many J's.
all those Justins we met the other day.
That was a party
oh
we
my
went to
God.
last week, but there was like 6 Justins.
6 Justins.
So crazy.
6 Justins. Crazy.
Anyway, you can find this Justin.
Here we go.
On Instagram, on at the Justin Quiz, Twitter, Justin Quizon. I have 2 podcasts. One is Benview and Spielberg, where we talk about a new Spielberg movie or Spielberg produced movie now every month. Our Goonies episode's coming up. Be on the lookout for that.
Never say die.
Never say die.
Hey, you guys.
It's our time. I'm taking this wish back.
Wait, coming down. Holy shit!
Hey, I actually,
we see the pirate ship.
I know
God.
I know someone that knows Sean Astin. If you want him on the show.
Game changer.
I'm not ready for that.
Goonies
Not
episode.
ready.
I'm not ready for
that.
that talk now.
Oh my gosh.
So you can find me there. You also can check out my other podcast, Nothing New, a remake show. The next episode will be about Ocean's 11.
Ooh.
And I finally watched the original 1960.
And? He's not gonna tell us. He's not gonna tell us.
I'll tell you after the show.
Yeah.
But if you want to hear my thoughts on that episode, and we talk about the of course, 2001 one. Give that episode check us out when that episode drops. Again, you can find my writings on agentsofguard.com, and you can find my free webcomic I co-created with my buddy, because clearly you like Henshin heroes. You're watching us for the last hour sometime. So I co-created a Henshin superhero called Shining Yuusha.
Shining Yuusha.
Nice.
Available on Tumblr and Facebook for free.
Awesome. For free.
That's
awesome. You can find me on, the next time you're going to see me is the Marvel show with Johnny and Joe. That is Infinity Watch on Thursdays. Also, you can catch the Retro Ranger cast tomorrow for Retro Ranger Wrap-Up at 6. Our shows all start at 6 now. No, PST, 6 PST. So they're going to be reviewing some Power Ranger shows. Also, we're going to, like I said before, we're going to be at Toyzilla on Saturday, June 16th. It's going to be from like 12 to 6 or something. And then right after, we're probably going to adjust the shows on Saturday. Right after, on Saturday, for the Ranger Wrap-Up, we're going to have a bunch of Power Ranger guests here at the Comic Bug in Manhattan Beach. I think... Daniel, what's the Daniel Nagami, sir? What's the probability that we can have a live studio audience for that? Yeah, we're good.
That's not a no.
That's not a no. So if you guys want to come down to the best comic book store in the LA area, the Comic Bug, we're gonna have a few Power Ranger guests, so we'll do giveaways. So hang out with us at Toyzilla, then come back and we'll do a whole Ranger wrap-up show. It's gonna be great. So yeah, I mean, you can find me also on all social media at Jezzer Reyes. You guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for always supporting the show. Toku, thank you for the super chats. Remember to join the THS Hashtaggers page, where you guys can connect with the rest of the hashtaggers and share all your interests with each other. Also, Power Angel Girl Prom. Send your Angel Girl Prom promposals to fanquestions at thathashtagshow.com. Also, you could send your little prom king and prom queen campaigns also there. One more thing, sorry.
I got a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. And this is just off the top of my head, so that's why it's a little messy. If you guys have any video fan questions for Davi Santos, please send them to fanquestions at thathashtagshow.com. And I have to.
You talking about Gold Ranger?
Gold Ranger Dino Charge. Yeah. If you have a video question for Davi Santos, send it this way.
I might do that.
Not this way, like this. Landscape mode.
Landscape mode.
It's very important. Landscape mode. I know how easy it is for us to Snapchat and Instagram video in portrait mode, but landscape mode. So send those to fanquestions at thathashtagshow.com. And thank you again for watching. We will be back again. Are you back again next week? Or
I may not be.
You may not be. Oh. Well, the next time you do, bring some lumpia.
Also, don't forget to check out the movie I'm an associate producer on, Lumpia with
Yeah.
Vengeance.
Yes, it's gonna.
I forgot to pitch that. See,
it's
that's
gonna be
that thing's
awesome.
a new thing I gotta keep promoting.
And it's gonna be great. You gotta bring Lumpia next time, though.
All right, that's how
you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with everything trending in geeky pop culture.